I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
That's a very important meeting. They already stand down.
Oh. You need to call me to order.
Now we'll call the meeting to order.
Oh,
Roll call.
Lois Tiley,
here?
Diana Coots,
Here.
Christine Newman,
Here.
Richard Horner,
Here.
Jim McPhail,
Here.
Diane Dennis, here, and Sarah Tiley, here.
Any adjustments to the agenda?
You do need to add, under new business, will be B, we'll call it A, which will be the MERS Resolution 19-22, and B, a MERS Resolution 19-23. It was in your packet, just omitted from the agenda.
I noticed that. And this will all go down.
Any other changes? Motion to accept the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Support.
I'll support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Announcements. Anybody wanna grab their 3 minutes? If not, moving on. Spicer Engineering Report. We have a representative here tonight.
Good evening, I'm Neil Nowick with Spicer Group, and I believe you have our December engineers report in front of you. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to try to answer them at this time.
Talks about submitting this report by January 1st, 2020. Has that been submitted yet?
The preliminary inventory report, we're currently working on that. Actually, we have a meeting that we're gonna get set up here with Don for next week. So, and what that is a very simple table to say, okay, these are our services, and you know what do we have for the count, the age, the material, and things of that nature. So for that preliminary report, all we really need is tables to indicating what is known, what's unknown, and
So that'll meet its deadline then?
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty basic to start with. It gets more involved as
The next
forward.
5 meetings will be more involved.
And I noticed you said you need input from the village regarding the level of service about roads.
For the streets.
Okay, when do you have a calendar date for that, when you want to have that done?
I'd have to get with John on that. I'm not sure if he has something set up further on that.
But you don't have a date right now,
No, not at the moment.
okay? I just have to say yes to the Fulton Street and Hosmer Street, to get it done next year.
Yeah, that's a lot of my time as of recent has been working on that design. So I'm assuming here pretty soon we'll be able to do a walkthrough with Don and the rest of the DPW and Hart, and kind of put some paint on the ground and just see, okay, is this what we want to do and whatnot. So then we'll get it out to bid.
Okay, good. Thank you for the calendar.
Yeah.
Thank you.
That was very nice.
You're welcome. So, from John also, just, he wanted to say Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays and safe and happy holidays, so.
All right.
Thank you.
Merry
Yep,
Christmas.
thank you.
See you, Neil.
File that thing. Motion to accept and file the engineer's report.
I'll make the motion.
Support.
Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. The council minutes from the last meeting, was there any corrections or additions to those? Questions?
I make a motion, we approve the minutes of November 13th, 2019 as presented.
Support?
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. DDA minutes from September or December 6th. Anybody have any questions on those?
Yeah, down here where it says Michigan Economic Development membership dues, the amount of $295 and no support, what does that mean?
So it was a renewal of membership dues to the Michigan Economic Development Association. It's more set for, trying to think of people that would be in it, but it was $295 and the DDA board did not want to move forward with that. There is another Downtown Development Authority. We are members of Saginaw Future. We have met with the MEDC as well. I feel that those dollars are probably best spent elsewhere.
So it was just turned down then? Okay.
And we're gonna discuss it later, but the animal control,
Yes.
how did that come about?
I was approached by a member of the DDA board, who is vehement on trying to make this a possibility in the area, so I reached out to Robert Bellman, the comptroller of Saginaw County. I offered him a few parcels in one in our industrial park. I mentioned that the Township Fire Department had land for sale, and we'd be happy to meet and look at the land if this is something that he was interested in. They have about $11.6 million to spend
Yeah.
after the millage. So, been kind of just back and forth. We're still here if you need us. Half the board wants the Animal Control Center in Saginaw, half wants it in Patchville. And so this member of the DDA board has offered to be the peacemaking entity for both of them by coming out here, where it's quieter for the animals. There's not massive cars going by, trucks. There's the rail trail to walk them, and they're very passionate about this. So I said, well, we could show our support if you would like. There's no promises. We're working on meeting with Commissioner Harris and Mr. Bowman next week. We were trying for this Friday. It didn't work out on the schedules. Just to show them what we have to offer out here in St. Charles, and that this would be a great place and a safe place for those animals. So this is just something we could send to their commissioners and showing our seriousness and our land and our opportunity.
That's a good idea. Yep.
Any other questions about the DDA minutes? If not, do I hear a motion to accept and file?
I'll make that motion.
I'll support.
No, it's been here. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Payment of the claims. Anybody have any questions?
No, I was just looking at that.
I have a question, and I guess maybe it's just, once again, something I don't understand. This is on the balance report, our single sheet thing.
Well, this is
Okay, we have, I'm not exactly figuring out what's going on because we're down $200,000 from the beginning of the month, and I just wonder how that happened.
Which account are you looking at?
Just at the the general account. The certificate of deposit, we have, it's down there, but on their totals, this is the first section right here,
Okay.
okay? We're down from 824,000 plus down to 623,000 plus. What happened there? Exactly.
That's a great question.
Well, they
Keep
moved,
your list.
they moved the CD into cash,
Yep, you moved that into cash,
and then,
and then you moved that into AK, and then you moved in the rest into the debit, which is basically back in,
but you spent $128,000.
we did
Right.
that, those are the AKT.
Well, or there was a
AKT.
debit.
Okay, so it was more moving around than anything else?
No, it's gone.
It's gone,
Well,
Gone.
the
It should-
the 120.
It should appear
Down
down
here,
here.
it's gone.
okay.
The total of all funds, it's gone
Yep.
from there.
Correct,
So where did that money, what did we spend that on?
AKT.
129,199 went to AKT Peerless.
Okay, got it.
All right, that explains it, all right. that thing I was most unhappy about last time.
Yep.
If there are no other questions, I make a motion, we pay the bills in the sum of $263,300.97.
Is there support for the motion?
I'll support, and you can.
All those in favor?
Aye.
There
Opposed?
it is. There's the money. There's the money. Yep. Yeah, we just spent it. Just like
Yeah.
that.
Just like that. Simple. Moving on to new business. You said we're gonna do this, set the meeting schedule first?
Sir,
Anybody have any questions on the new schedule for the new year? You didn't have to have no election, eh?
What?
Just something Jenny called me about. About the election, no, Marguerite called me
Yeah, it was
about
Marguerite.
election. They went holding another election this year, trying to get rid of me.
There is no election next year.
No. That was the question. I don't work
There's an election
There's an
coming.
election next year.
Next year, not this year.
Right.
No,
now.
this year's done.
Yeah, well, this was before the,
Oh, okay.
after the last
Okay.
meeting. It was just something transpired. Everybody satisfied with the schedule the way it is?
Yeah.
Motion to accept it?
So moved.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Now for the resolution 1922.
our waiver is due tomorrow. Just letting them know that we don't believe that we are in unfunded status based on their definitions and our MERS actuarial report. These just strengthen what I will be sending by showing the full board believes this. And what I understand, they don't approve a lot of waivers. And really, we're doing the things necessary to make corrective action, so whether they accept it or not, I know we're in the right path, but it doesn't hurt to try and show them and to see what I see, which is we are truly 62% funded, and by March of next year, we'll be 64% funded, which is not in the unfunded status.
Right, I don't understand what happened there, cause I thought we were okay, you know.
We're under, based on the 60%, which is one part of it. The other part is how much cash on hand versus what you're paying out for these, and we're under the 10% threshold. So we should not be unfunded by their definition. Further, their accounting is different than our MERS actuarial report. They say we're 59.1, MERS says we're 62.1% funded, so. And based on our surplus fund, Division 1, I think there's $427,000 in there. So we're doing the right things and we'll be okay.
I liked your last addition there, where all we have to do is just, have a simple majority vote, but yeah, I thought that's really good, I really like that.
I get by with a lot of humor sometimes.
You
Some
pardon
days.
me?
Humor helps.
I know.
Motion to accept.
Make the motion to accept resolution 1922.
Support.
I'll support.
Roll call.
Lois Tiley,
Yes.
Diana Coots,
Yes,
Christine Newman,
Yes.
Richard Horner,
Yes.
Jim McPhail,
Yes.
Diane Dennis,
Yes.
and Sarah Tiley. Yes.
you sure it's not in there?
Motion carried. Motion, or resolution number 1923.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
that's what we just did.
I would just add that much of the same. I've included our annual surplus policy to show that we're further backing our commitment to paying down these debts and liabilities. That's all I did.
Okay, you say you attached the application, that means it's going to go out attached when you send it in tomorrow, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay.
I
Any
make a
further
motion-
questions?
oh, I'm sorry. I make a motion we adopt resolution 1923.
Support?
I'll support.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed,
and
and roll call?
Roll call.
Lois Tiley,
Yes.
Diana Coots,
Yes.
Christine Newman.
Yes.
Richard Horner,
Yes.
Jim McPhail,
Yes.
Diane Dennis.
Yes.
And Sarah Tiley.
Yes.
Motion carried. And the RRC resolution number 1924.
So this is the redevelopment ready communities. As I mentioned, I met with the MEDC in October. And this is something that it shows we're serious about becoming a redevelopment community. I took the class that lets me know that we're certified. It's a 3-step process, takes about 4 months. But basically it'll help us with our redevelopment, it'll help us with investors. Some local municipalities nearby are doing the same thing, so I thought to stay competitive, this is something that we should be up on and doing. There are different grants that come out of this, and that's kind of the reason that got me involved, such as a facade grant for redeveloping downtown. The MEDC would match grant 75% of anything we put forward, up to $30,000. So if there's some buildings downtown that want to upgrade, I think we should help them, whether, they'll come forward. I'm beginning next month with DDA, I'm gonna put together a plan to see if they will approve it, but something we can do locally with matching grants out of the DDA fund as well, to go towards that. So not up to $30,000 by any means, but maybe up to $3,000. If somebody wants to redo the front of their business, we'll match you up to $3,000, and hopefully we'll get some redevelopment, reinvestment in the community and just beautify downtown. It's exciting, but again, 4-month process. I'm going through our self-evaluation, which goes through your master plan. It goes through your zoning ordinance. That's the other thing the money could be used for, is to update your zoning, your master plan, which also would be helpful in the near future. So this is something I will pursue and continue to pursue. And this is just the second step in the process of showing them we're serious about becoming an RRC.
So we don't have a star right now.
We don't have a star.
Okay.
I don't think
Who
we
is
even-
that in Saginaw County?
That's Saginaw.
That is Saginaw,
Mhm.
all right,
And they're on the back, if you wanna see who's,
okay.
so.
Will this help us attract small businesses at all, to attract new ones?
Absolutely, absolutely.
I'm coming to the conclusion where I think we need to do that because the big businesses are having so much trouble.
Mhm.
We just heard from the president of UAW 699 that temporary layoffs are now permanent, and they're talking about in the next few months laying off as many as 600 people. So that's gonna be a huge, where are these people gonna find jobs around here? And I think if we attract in smaller, especially smaller industrial places, little industries, then people have jobs that are a little more stable if it's a smaller company to me.
And that's part of this, and as you saw in the recession in 90% of new business was small business. This helps, define our assets, what we have available to sell, what we have available to give people, and what might fit their need. There are also moving parts to this that I'm currently working on, that places that maybe we would like to see up for sale, that I'm working with Saginaw Future and MEDC on trying to get some numbers out of some people to see if we can get some new investment.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
We had a program with the DDA money to fix facades. And it was so long ago, I don't remember how it worked, but it was a loan program and a matching program together. And they went on the taxes somehow. We got them on the tax. You might wanna see if you can find that.
I will look.
Does this one need a motion?
Yeah, doesn't it have
Don't have a
It doesn't have a roll
cookie
call.
on the bottom.
isn't that this?
No. not this one.
Yeah, but it doesn't have a roll call. We do.
Oh, okay.
You have to
Good.
adopt it.
Just has adopted in her signature.
Let's have a motion anyway.
Okay, I make a motion to adopt the redevelopment ready communities resolution.
Support?
Yes.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Did you want a roll call on that?
He said we're good.
Okay. Now we have resolution 1925, the animal care resolution.
What are they looking for to sweeten that deal? What are they looking at? Because I know that they were looking at, right on the corner of 52 and Gratiot, there's a couple spots out the other side, or up north of Saginaw, right? Towards-
Pottsville.
Patchville.
Yeah, Kochville.
You know, that's a great question that we brought up on Friday morning, and I don't think anybody really knows.
It always seems like,
Politics is what
yeah,
I'm
it always
looking
seems
at.
like you try to get it
Yeah.
into the populated
And
area.
when you
where the-
pass the millage telling people you're gonna do something, and then they wanna
Change
know
your
why,
mind.
yeah,
Yeah.
and then you add a different millage, or you get the millage that you didn't think you were going to get, so now you have more money than you thought. Well, now we can build new, this isn't just to upgrade our current,
Yeah.
and so I think it's a lot of city politics, or county politics, I should say.
Did they ever return the money that they were gonna use to rebuild it with?
No, they haven't done anything with it. It just sits there.
Just sit there, yeah.
No, we're paying it.
Yeah.
We're paying it.
Yeah.
Just not using
But
it.
it's not going nowhere.
But you know, there's, and I don't wanna unsweeten our deal, but there's actual city blocks, you know, over in Saginaw that are grown up and vacant that they're offering for like $2,500 to anybody that wants to buy it. I mean, that's cheap water, sewer, power already there, and it's not even considered.
We could sit here all night on
I
government
know.
efficiency,
I just-
and Kenny could talk to
Yeah.
us about it.
Yeah.
He missed that.
He missed it.
Boy, you lost your chance. Any other questions or discussion on this?
No.
We have a motion to accept this,
So moved.
support,
I'll support.
all those in favor,
Aye.
opposed? Motion's carried. You've got your trail ad flyer, trail flyer ad. Any discussion on this? Did we find out what added clicks
Yep,
and
so the page
entries
entry,
are?
yep, so that's how many people came to our website looking for information, to the stcmi.com. So 174 people went to that page in May, and 29 clicked on us when they saw the ad.
Well, it's better than none.
Yeah.
I also told the DDA with not renewing the membership in the MEDA, now it's only like it's $100, cause he saved $295. Joking, of course.
Any other questions on
Nope.
these flyers? We'll file it. Suite 3, application for new inhabitants.
Are we going to vote on whether we want to renew the ad? The trail ad, I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh,
That wasn't in there, must have missed the information. It's $395.
did I hear a motion to?
It was passed by the DDA on Friday morning as well.
Join the trail.
It's a 1/8
Well-
size ad
For $300 and some
for
dollars.
$395. I apologize. Thought it was on this information.
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we renew it.
Support?
Yes.
All those in favor?
aye.
Carried. Okay, back to Suite 3.
Sorry.
That's cheaper rent.
You know, I was pleased with that, cause I
Yep.
thought that sweetens up the deal to start a new business. I was very happy with that lead. We went in there at the night of the parade, and I just hope that it goes. I would love to see something like that here going well.
Yeah, I'd like to see just about anything going
I
on
know.
here.
It's basically, it's been going out at his home. I wonder how,
She said that, yeah, it was on there. She's been in, she has, how many years she's been in business.
I didn't even know she
Because
had.
Ken said, I
And I
think
know
that
her.
she had something out at Lundell's old building out there too, she had some stuff. And he'd been in there and looked at it, where does she say here? She does say on the back, I did see it, 3 years, she's been in business,
Well,
so,
the beat store was the same way. She was in her home and then
Right.
came into town.
So did Bears.
yeah,
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I remember that.
so, that's good. Do we have to approve that lease, or,
Do we? I make a motion, we approve the lease to, is it Carrie Levine?
Mhm.
yeah?
Yes.
Support,
I'll support.
Okay, well, Diane can do that.
just the regular. Yeah.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried.
There was nothing about the
Yeah.
inside sign in
So-
there, there was no paper in there for that.
That's my fault. So that's the little wooden signs that direct you what Suite 3 would be. Dan Howman has offered to do them both for the front and the back for $25 total.
Oh,
We were instructed to just put vinyl over them and
Outside.
call it good, and I thought, why not do it the right way? You know, if
Yep.
it's over $50, I would not, well, maybe we'll do it the cheaper way, but $25,
He does a good job too.
I think so.
So you want a motion on that? or-
Yes, please, I apologize.
I'll make a motion that we approve the signs for the building to
Support.
include Suite
I'll
3.
second that.
And
one.
we didn't
Support.
receive anything from Dan other than, you know, he kind of brings you the bill when he's finished.
Yeah,
That's my fault.
He does.
I'm learning, so I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But that's Dan.
yeah.
He's good.
Support?
I said I would support it.
Okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Carried. Old business, Coal Miners Park roof invoice.
Just wanted you to see the invoice. I sent you a picture of what it looked like. It looks very nice.
What
He
did he
does.
Is he
bid on
talking
that?
about
'Cause
the
I
invoice
can't
or the roof?
remember.
The roof.
What was his original bid?
Here's this exact
This is the
amount.
exact amount.
Exact amount,
Oh,
okay.
Yes, yep, not a penny
He
more, not a
generally
penny less.
stays within his bid very, very carefully, yeah, so I just wondered that, I didn't know.
We'll pay the bill. I just wanted to make sure you saw it.
Okay.
Okay.
So nothing new on that,
Could've done more without a change order.
or no vote
Couldn't
necessary.
have done more
Right.
without a change order.
I didn't see, and I don't remember seeing any.
Mhm.
Bill for the roof will be filed.
Yeah. Can I ask, is that already spent? Did you already pay it? No?
I wanted you to see it first.
Well, that just means the money's gonna go down more.
But look at the
True.
look at the nice roof we have.
It looks nice, yeah.
It-
I was just hoping it was in that 200 and some thousand.
Sorry.
Okay.
No such luck.
Anybody caution you about how Chris is about money and how much I panic? And, okay, all right.
Learning quickly.
Yes, he's learning quickly.
Noted.
She's gotta hold those purse strings.
I just watch it.
That's good. I appreciate it anyway. Okay, 420 West Bell,
I
what are we
thought-
doing
I
there?
thought since we mentioned it last month, I did update you, but I thought we should update the public as well. That is the house the old Pung house that has been acquired by the Saginaw Land Bank that will be demolished in the spring. But as we
Okay.
talked about it on the record, I thought we should close the record on that as well.
Okay,
All right.
in the spring.
Okay. What happens to the land it's on? do you
That sounds
know?
good. What do we do with it then?
I think it goes up to auction, up to sale.
Okay, they won't just split it and give it to both sides. No.
Generally, don't they offer, well, I guess, no, that's DNR property. But don't they, sometimes they offer it to us before that if we
It was
want
offered to
It
us
was,
and we already
yeah.
turned it
Okay,
down.
all right, but it's not gonna be offered.
But it's not a
again
legal size lot either.
No.
then? No,
Well,
And it's,
So you can't put nothing on it.
yeah,
okay.
and it's just not usable.
And neither one on either side wanted to buy it.
If we'd have bought it, we would have torn it down, but that would have been 10 grand.
Yeah,
And we'd have split it and given it to both sides.
Yeah. Well,
Cause you can't even make a road out of what's there.
Well, no wonder they have a driveway anyway, so it made it
No,
would be a
didn't have
driveway.
anything.
They will try to offer it to the neighbors.
Will they?
Once they get the
Again?
house demolished, yeah.
Okay.
There's a new person in that house next door, I think. That house had sold
Generally,
next door,
they
so
do try
maybe.
to sell
Okay.
it to the neighbors.
Which one's that?
Isn't it that house right next door to it
And that would
just
make
sold?
sense,
The
really,
two-story?
yeah, to do it
There's the
cheaper.
white one and then there's,
'Cause they-
yeah, it's like
lot
a
of people
tiny
try to buy
two-story,
it
but
for
it's like
investment, they
tan.
won't
It's next to
sell
that
it.
two-story White House.
No value.
No, isn't there
Years
some
ago.
that's next to the two-story White House?
No, I thought there was another one in between that White House and the house we're talking about.
Oh, I see.
Going towards the
Could
funeral
be.
home?
Between that and then another two-story on this side
Yep.
going out of town.
Yeah, there's one there right across from the funeral home and there's another one in there.
Years ago,
Sorry.
There's
when
another
Hal,
one, and then there's Combs, and then there's
looked
another one.
years ago when Hal looked into it, he informally, wondered if the neighbors would buy that lot because it couldn't be built on, and at that time, they said no. But
Because they were looking at the
maybe
same
they're
house we were
different
looking
people.
at.
Okay, nothing we have to do with that, just. accept it. Departmental reports, the DPW report.
I have to tell you, the town looked really great for the parade, so for whatever part your guys are responsible for, it was very, very
They did
nice.
a nice job on the lights, so.
They really did.
The one bridge we got a little hiccup on, but other than that, everything else is, the two streetlights aren't working because the water damage, the wiring underneath, and we have to wait till it freezes to,
Get to it.
get to it. So other than that, all the other leaves are lit up.
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking, actually before the meeting, about, Christmas decorations downtown. And if we do those trees, I don't think we need the wreaths.
The wreaths are almost in the way.
He didn't either, yeah, they're like, it's like too much.
It's like,
Yeah, you brought that
there's
up
no
at
point in
the-
spending the money.
Yeah, and they could put the trees up just a little bit higher.
Well, that's something I was gonna ask.
It's a
I
little
see
hard
people
to
driving
decorate.
up on the sidewalks.
Oh,
I've seen
why? To get
Jeeps,
to the
the
trees?
top of the
Jeeps,
tree.
Yeah.
vans,
Yep,
and the one was loading up out of one of the buildings, so I don't know what kind of weight those can handle, but that was a 3/4 ton van and it was loaded, so. I don't know what they were hauling in or hauling out, but yeah, I've seen them driving up to decorate, park, get the ladder out. But I don't know what they're,
It's a tough situation because you have to put it that high in case it
I
is
know.
snowy and
Right.
you wanna remove it, but,
and they don't wanna park in the middle of the road,
right, which,
yeah.
You don't wanna carry
I
it
just don't know,
down
I
there.
just don't know what the sidewalks
Yeah.
are made to handle.
Well, they're thick, but, the only time it's ever been cracked is when a semi ran over it on the corner. Other than that, they've
The
been
one
good.
driveway is kinda cracked there by the,
Well, Westerfeld's has always had a problem.
But
Well,
if a
it's
car
not
drove
Westerfeld
up there to
anymore.
unload decorations and stuff, it's not gonna be a
The
problem.
dentist's office has always had a problem, and that's with the
Yeah,
garbage truck backing up to get that dumpster.
yeah, there was nothing like that,
Okay,
but the one was a work van, and
Hmm.
they were hauling boxes and, you know, was squatting, so I don't know.
and they drove right up on the sidewalk.
Right up on the sidewalk, yeah. The other ones were just getting out decorations and then, I don't know how long they were there, but just regular vehicles.
Don't we have a contract with that guy though for the Christmas decorations?
It's up this year.
Is it up this year? Okay.
it was a 3-year contract for a lot of money, and I would rather just see red ribbons in those trees. If you
I like
want,
'em.
if you want 6 wreaths on the bridge, I'm okay with that, but we're not spending the kind of money
Amen.
that was a
That's lot of money.
huge contract.
that is
Yeah.
a lot of money. We've talked about that.
when we didn't have the trees uptown, it did look nice.
It was nice.
Yeah, but I think we've had.
Well, we've
those
added and
people-
added and added. You
Yes,
know, we kept
yes.
adding different poles and
Yep.
new poles and,
No, I'm all set with that, yeah.
Town does look nice.
It did,
Mhm.
yeah, looks real nice.
I see under parks, our weather's so weird. You're still gonna try and finish the park, mulch leaves as weather permits? You got under parks.
work on it as we can.
Yeah,
There's,
it's hard to, with the
there's
weather,
oak leaves coming down every day.
yeah.
No, them things just come down till they grow new ones in the spring.
that's right.
Yeah, as long as it's not full of snow and mulch, we'll go down there when we get a chance.
Hard to keep up with it.
I wanna thank you for, checking on those 2 streets that we talked about. I just wanna make sure it got into the meeting so that
Yep, yep.
I don't have to listen to it again.
Took it right to Don, and you knew what you were talking about, and you had the answer. right
Down
away.
along Ithaca and Chestnut Street and other streets coming into town from outside, these trucks are running off the road as you stated. I know you're aware of it, but I've been hit up about 3 or 4 different times by different residents that live on those streets. And of course, if I don't bring it up, I'll hear about it next week.
We were talking to, on the major streets, we may get a little more aggressive with the shoulder, so you may hear a
Yeah.
complaint that way
Oh,
too, but
Yeah,
if you're gonna make a shoulder, you gotta.
But now, see, I can just tell them they're gonna take care of it in the spring.
Yeah, especially there on
Buy
Chestnut.
yourself time.
On Chestnut, it needs a good grade job because you can't keep adding to it. It
No.
makes a big berm and the water can't get out.
Like, well, there was doggone big tractors, they come out of Hewlin Road and, they took my mailbox out, so now I don't have a mailbox. But they cracked the end of the driveway off, we
They
fixed
don't-
that.
They don't stay on the road.
No,
We did fix up the end of Hewlin Road, there was some big holes there, we had some stone mix in it too, that up, but.
but I just wanted it to get on the agenda, or get in the meeting somewhere so that they, if they ever read
In the
them.
spring, just be aware, we may get a little more aggressive with grading the shoulders, so you may hear a complaint about that, but if you're gonna have a shoulder, you gotta grade it to have a shoulder.
Well, to get the water off the road.
Right.
I just didn't want Dennis's projection to come true.
Yeah, and those are the two worst ones we're talking about.
And I wanted to thank you guys for helping downtown Saturday night so much. That was just great. We had a light. I don't know why we didn't think of a light in that tent, but we didn't. We had you guys got us a light, put it up, put it down, helped a lot. Thank you guys so much.
I think it was a team
Well-
effort too, Officer Julie was a big help, and so was the chief. So we
Yes,
all
yes,
helped.
yep, that she was there just going around. Chief said that was good too.
Yeah.
That was really
Art, Art
good.
was there also. He
Yep,
was-
I seen
he
him
was-
filming somebody.
He was trying to direct people, but when you get everybody coming at once, it's hard to get one
Yeah,
involved.
yeah, it is. It is.
And it's dark.
Yeah,
And
It
cold.
was dark, I'll take it.
and it was cold too. I had my snowmobile boots on, 2 pairs of socks. My
Well, we-
clothes were still.
As well as the DPW, we had good help with the police department, so.
Mhm. It was a good thing. It was a good thing.
I think you had a good turnout, really. It was.
I thought we had a good turnout too. There was a lot
great.
of people come to put tickets on them bikes and stuff. Boy, I tell you, there was a ton of them.
Seems to be getting better every year, you know, I was noticing the grade's better, the floats are better.
Yeah,
It just,
people,
now
people are
that, you
getting
know,
into it more, yes.
I'll tell a story. Jesse and I were downtown, and some gentleman came up and told us about the parade. Don't blink, you're gonna miss it. And we watched the parade and we thought it was tremendous. You know, it wasn't just
Yeah.
two and a tractor like I've been in some places. And afterwards, he came and goes, "I'm sorry for what I said. That was way better than I thought." So we were like, if he said don't blink to that, like, what else?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, the whole thing was really nice. It was really nice. People worked real hard on it, they did.
Okay, if there's no further discussion on the DPW report, let's go to the police department monthly report. Getting the reports out there now, so we got a report.
Look at 3 pages.
Yeah, you're expanding. I did have a question.
I'm wondering on those suicide calls, somebody's, yeah, are those the same people over and over again?
We don't get too many in the village. I had one the other day. She was the first timer, but sometimes they are. I know in Saginaw, there was a couple that would always call.
Right, over and over again.
We don't get too many repeat offenders out here for that. We don't get too many suicide calls at all, which is good.
Anybody have any questions of the chief on regarding the police report? Building inspector report? My goodness, we've got progresses going on.
What was the AT&T? You know?
Oh, they're putting in Wi-Fi at
Tower?
No, just fiber
Oh, just
lines,
fiber?
yep, for Wi-Fi and
To the old boat works there, I think.
And,
Alright.
And some cable down the road and into the buildings. It's good they're asking. In the past, they would just plow it anyway, so we can kind of tell where to put it, not over the water.
Did they, dig it or direct bore it?
They bored most of it.
Yeah.
Anything else on regarding building inspector? And there is no code enforcement report, it says. Do I hear a motion to file the reports as they presented?
I make a motion to file the department reports.
I'll second.
All those in favor?
Alright,
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. Public comment. 3 minutes, Goose.
There's a spot on North Main, about 50 foot west of the rail trail. You probably know where that is. Probably 20 potholes.
That's North Street.
Every week the village comes out and throws some hot tire in there. By the time they get down to the corner, the hot tire's out of there again. Wondering if maybe the next street or a major paving job on someplace, like out here or whatever. Cut about a 40-foot section right out of there and throw a new tire in there. That, either that or take it out altogether and just leave gravel. It's a waste of time, waste of money and everything else. Every week coming down and throwing a shovel full of that hot tire in there and then it's gone within the day. It's useless. You're wasting the time and the money for that stuff.
This,
Maybe like I said, if we can work it in when you're putting the street in or putting some tires someplace else, take about 30 foot or 40 foot, just tear it right out of there and put it in with new tarmac and new asphalt.
well, the temperature, the way it is, isn't much we can do anything now.
Well, it wouldn't be till next
That's
year.
been going on for 3 years.
Yeah.
But you got a low spot in the road, and the water lays there, and you get freezing
Oh,
time.
here's bad
I know what
too.
it's like.
Yeah, it's always been bad.
This
Yeah.
block is real bad.
Yeah.
You come down here, go to town, and the whole thing, do the best you can with what you got to work with.
And wherever the water lays, this
Yeah.
time of year, you're gonna have problems.
Yeah, and that gets patched regularly too. Well, at least it's, getting patched, the way I feel about it. I mean, we don't have money to do roads at all.
Well, we do now, a little bit.
Well, we're not not enough to do a road yet, do we? Really?
If you look on your financial.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we've been collecting that tax money.
Yeah.
I think it'd be nice to get it on our list for next spring when you.
But there's other roads that are used a lot more than that one that
Yeah.
are pretty
Yeah.
bad too.
Huh?
There's a lot of roads that are used much more than that one that are really bad now too. They just seem to be falling apart all
It's
at the
not
same
the
time.
use of it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not the use of it, you're wasting your time in there,
Yeah.
you're in the corner, you got 20 holes like that. They throw a shovel and stuff in there, the next day it's right back, and your water waste of
Yeah,
time.
they do try,
and money,
and
Yeah.
we do,
throw that
yeah,
stuff in there.
we understand that.
We understand where you're coming from, Ken.
We do.
We gotta patch it, I mean, we can't just leave it, even though it's.
Yeah.
aren't one of those studies that Spicer's doing about rating the roads, aren't we going to go through and decide what needs to be done
Yeah,
first?
the
and-
rating's been done, I think, and that's part of that level of service.
That service, yeah.
that
Yeah.
is trying to-
And we do have
We'll
those
look at it
roads that we
then.
didn't do before.
Yes, but they're still fine.
Yeah, are they really?
Yeah, it's these guttered ones over here.
And then we were talking about shaving roadsides too, some people may not like it, but by shaving some of them, we can get rid of some of the water.
Mm-hmm.
And, they may not like their yard being
I know.
shaved down, but for the good of the road,
I think you're in the same position that the other gentleman that brought up the ones about Ithaca, and, you know, you see it being, I think a lot of times they don't see it being fixed, but yet you guys have fixed them, and,
Well, it's a constant battle this time of year, freezing
Yeah.
touches.
It's gonna get worse before
No,
it gets
I
better.
know they're down there faster than, I know that. You know, it just wasting time and money both, doing the same thing over and over again every week. That needs to be changed.
we do have a list of streets that need repair of some kind, that
Well, there's a.
maybe not categorized yet.
They're gonna be
They're
rated.
rated.
They're gonna rate 'em,
Yeah,
yeah.
they've already been rated.
Yeah, okay.
Like I said, I wasn't singling that one out. I was saying maybe you can work it in with, when you're doing something else, with the new tires, take care of that one at the same time and the same type of bill or whatever right with it.
Any other comments from the public?
Right here. Public, this is a public comment, it was brought to me, so this is a public comment. The leaf dump, the sign on there for a fine if you're not from the village, have we ever fined anybody?
Not since I've been here, I know we haven't.
The question was brought up to me, he's been dumping there forever and just realized the sign and he doesn't wanna get in trouble, but then he brought up that the commercial dumpers are mowing grass out where he is and dumping them in town.
We wrote letters to people,
So, he doesn't wanna get in
it's a
trouble.
long time ago,
Yeah.
but we wrote letters and they stopped. But they probably have picked up again since then.
Yeah. Alright, that's all I needed, yeah.
We've seen some commercial people out there, one I seen pull out of a subdivision in town, it's like, well, if they come from a village.
If they come from the village, I
I know,
can see
it's
it,
like, what do you
but-
do, you
but
know?
if
How do
they're-
you know, when you're
Yeah.
out there, whether they are, they aren't.
You can go out
Yeah.
and look at the grass and decide.
Yeah.
I wondered how
Grade the
that
grass.
worked.
Yeah,
The grass isn't the biggest thing, as long as they don't dump garbage, we can deal with the grass. You know, that's the biggest thing. You know, like throw trash in there.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't think the guys that do yards throw trash in
For
their
the most
grass.
part.
No, I think
Yeah.
everybody's pretty
It's
good
just
about it,
grass.
yeah.
Yeah.
Anything else? If not, do I hear a motion to adjourn?
I'll make a motion.
Support? All those in favor?
Aye.
I
Motion carried.
And you know what, Jim?